Police in Kansas City, Missouri are investigating 3 separate homicides, 2 this evening happening minutes apart on separate ends of the city. The team confirmed Patrick Mahomes suffered a torn ACL in his left knee. Hard to watch.
It was.
We go out on the roads now with KSHB 41's Ryan Gamboa. He's in the southern part of the viewing area, which he covers. Ryan, you've driven many roads in Cass County. It looks like you're off to the side of the road now. I don't see a whole lot of snow on the concrete there, but tell us about those roads you've traveled tonight and what parents need to know about tomorrow morning. As KSHB 41's in-depth reporter, I spent time looking into Philip's background. I found out through an open records request he was a wrestling coach at Raytown High for a year and a half. Temperatures just keep dropping. Jeff, it's like a bad relationship, back and forth and back and forth.
Clouds right out there in the distance.
And we're tired of them.
Yes, I am.
No more clouds.
Yes.
But it's looking dry over downtown right now, Wes. How long is this rain going to stick with us before we can see more sunshine?
KSHB 41 News starts right now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We come on the air with breaking news as the Chiefs are headed to Kansas, building a new dome stadium in Wyandotte County near the Legends, along with headquarters and a training facility in Olathe, expected to generate $4.4 billion in economic impact.
Take heed. Kansas is not a flyover state.
Closing out that chapter in Missouri. Chiefs leadership, including Chairman and CEO Clark Hunt, joining Governor Laura Kelly for a press conference for the announcement the legislature approved STAR bonds to fund the projects, each to be surrounded by entertainment and residential. Fans and former Chiefs players are sentimental about the departure. We are bringing live team coverage from Topeka to the Truman Sports Complex and here in the studio. Along the way, amplifying the voices of the Chiefs, former players, fans, as well as state and local leaders. First, we want to kick things off with KSHB 41 News anchor Kevin Holmes joining us from Topeka after hearing from the Chiefs ownership and the Kansas governor. Kevin. And we've received the statement from the ball club chairman and CEO John Sherman congratulating the Chiefs, saying in part, quote, though a few more miles may separate us in the future, let's continue our work as we build a world-class championship sports legacy for the Kansas City region. Following the announcement, Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe held a press conference saying they are not giving up on keeping the Royals in the Show Me State.
Speaking today with Mayor Lucas.
KSHB 41 News reporter Ryan Gamboa brings us more reaction from Missouri leaders, including Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas. Thank you, Ryan. Briefly, we want to get you up to speed on how we got here. This all started in November of 2022 when the Royals announced they were leaving the K. Then in February of 2024, the Royals pitched building a stadium in the Crossroads. That same month, the Chiefs announced plans to renovate GHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. April 2nd, 2024, voters rejected a sales tax extension to help finance those projects. That June, Kansas lawmakers adjusted their STAR bonds program in efforts to attract one or both of the teams to the state. Fast forward to this summer in June, the Missouri legislature passed a stadium funding bill aiming to compete with Kansas STAR bonds. Kansas STAR bond incentives were set to expire this summer, but the Legislative Coordinating Council met in July to extend that deadline to December 31st, which brings us here today. Current leases for both teams expire at the Truman Sports Complex in January of 2031. When we return, our coverage on the Chiefs moving to Kansas continues as we hear from a season ticket holder wondering what happens to his brick at Arrowhead. The discussions are happening right now over possible changes to who represents you.
And if it's something that there's broad consensus across the state.
You are taking power away from the citizens. You are diluting their votes.
We'll take you inside the debate happening right now in Jefferson City, all about redistricting.
And that is the big story of the day. But first, we do want to mention we're tracking a chance of rain and thunderstorms tonight.
We know it's been a little cloudy over Kansas City. That's the case right now. Megan, tell us what we should expect.
Thanks, Megan. Right now, Missouri state leaders are debating if they should redistrict the state, possibly changing who represents you.
You're taking a live look at a feed here at the Missouri Capitol. State representatives are in the thick of their special session, and they're debating 2 topics, redistricting and the initiative petition reform.
KSHB 41 News reporter Charlie Keegan covers politics for us. He talked one-on-one with the Republican Speaker of the House who said he plans to vote no.
Missouri's debate on redistricting is similar to what happened with Lawrence, Kansas in 2022. The city's representation is now the same as rural western Kansas, and there are some discussions of redistricting again ahead of the 2026 election. Today, we talked with a political science professor at the University of Kansas about the possibility. In a statement today, Governor Laura Kelly urged Kansans, especially those in Johnson County, to send their concerns to their state representative, writing in part, engaging in redistricting efforts without new census data and with a clearly partisan agenda is not acting in the best interests of Kansans, she said.
Well, if you travel around Gardner, you've likely gone over this busy bridge over I-35. It recently sparked safety concerns, especially after a hole opened up there back in March. It's an issue you brought to our team earlier this year during one of our Let's Talk events in Gardner. That's where we visit towns across the area to listen to you about what's going on in your community. So after we heard about this concern, we did some digging into the issue.
And KSHB 41's Alyssa Schoenig got a look into the new renovation project starting today. She shares the voices of residents and a peek at what's to come. Speaking of construction, a new shopping center is coming to Overland Park next fall. You're looking at developer renderings for the project. It will be located at 115th Street and Knoll Avenue, and it's expected to include a Marriott hotel and 5 leasable spaces for businesses. Construction is currently underway and is expected to be completed late fall of 2026.
You know, we've been bringing you stories of development all over the metro. Meanwhile, Wyandotte County is debating whether or not to collect more property tax revenue for these types of projects and services.
We know that's a pain point for a lot of folks, but the issue comes after the commission voted to adopt a revenue-neutral budget. KSHB 41 Wyandotte County reporter Rachel Henderson has been on this story for months and is following up tonight.
I'm John Madris. If you're ever in a car accident, will your insurance company pay you what you deserve? In a lot of cases, the answer is no, but we have a simple way to get a fair payout.
Part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, while you hope to never have to use it, your car insurance is supposed to help if your car is ever damaged. The question is, if your car is totaled, will your insurer pay enough to replace it? Well, Scripps News Group's John Madris looks at what you can do for a fair payout.
Well, if you were the big winner last night, you could afford a brand new car and then some. I know many of us have been wondering. So someone in Missouri won that $1.7 billion Powerball jackpot.
It turns out they're in St. Louis, Missouri, and the lottery announced the winning ticket was sold at a Quick Trip there.
Wow. So Alyssa's from St. Louis. Have you gotten any phone calls from family and friends?
Listen, y'all.
If only, right?
I have a praying family. I don't have a lottery ticket playing family, though. But if I did hear from them and they were willing to, I would accept a blessing in silence.
Better believe
I wouldn't say anything.
Okay, but you also probably wouldn't be here working today, right?
Probably would take a day off and,
Okay.
you know, shopping spree maybe.
Oh man,
But
that
no,
is awesome.
I wish. I do have some family in that area. I wish somebody got lucky.
If only. Man, well, we can't even seem to buy rain around here.
Yikes.
Speaking of heating up, sure was a hot game with that border war.
You would
Saturday
know,
out
right?
in
You in
Virginia.
attendance?
Not as a 41
You working or playing?
employee.
Okay.
I was
Playing. I see. Yeah, no,
keep it cute.
that was the big game Saturday. You text out your fit and everything while you were wearing. All right, the big result, though, happened in Manhattan. Cats try to move on from that loss to Army. Next to sports.
Tonight, it's America's Got Talent, followed by Survival Mode. Then stick around for the latest news and weather on KSHB 41 News at 10.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
We need some rain.
Gotta have that too. Yeah, man. We're looking at tomorrow. The Kansas side is the best chance of rain. Early morning thunderstorms are possible as well. We'll top out at 75 degrees and then heat our way up from there to the 90s.
Yeah, don't put away those shorts just yet, Nick.
No, I won't.
Hey, but I love the
shorts.
fall weather. We're welcoming it in with the rain. You know,
Yeah.
we need that. So, all right, thank you guys for joining us. KSHB 41 News at 6:30 is next.